It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll be watching Aiden O'Connell. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Raiders and the Titans, next on EA Sports.
And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. Leading them out is their rookie quarterback, the young man out of Miami.
And last week, that was one of those games that he just wants to erase from his memory banks, but I'll guarantee his coaching staff won't let him do it. They're going to make him learn from it. He really looked like a rookie quarterback in that one. Going to have those kind of outings in year one, but the big question, what does he take away from them, and how does he improve? It starts right here in this game.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4, second down coming up. And Charles, we see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back on the field in a hurry.
Brandon, I'm going to go ahead and age myself, but I'm going to ask you, when you were in high school and there were injuries, did you hear next man up from your coaches?
Well, you hear it every week now in the NFL, that's for sure.
You know, back when I played, when dinosaurs roamed the earth, you didn't hear next man up. You heard, oh, no, we've got to put in Davis.
Alluding to, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Max Crosby in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3-and-out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a first down on first and second down. And then on third down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
As a general manager, you're counting on your first and second round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
Yeah, plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough. Off the play fake, here's O'Connell. They'll roll him out right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Now O'Connell. To the right side, here's Mayer. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. And O'Connell now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Carlson able to put this one through. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. They're going to look to throw. This one downfield to Burks. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
But certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 32-yard line. Back to throw again. And brought in downfield by Burks. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. They'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Calvin Ridley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
5 plays there on that drive. And it's Calvin Ridley who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with the victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the giver speech, but I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
They went counter there offensively, and a couple of defenders were on skates for a second.
They certainly were, and you know what offensive linemen love about the counters and the misdirections? Sometimes you don't even have to block the defender. He can run himself out of the play if he doesn't read his keys properly.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Here comes 3rd down and 7. Here's O'Connell looking to throw it. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return, and it'll be Titan football. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. In motion right, that's Burks. And now a fake there on the jet sweep as they'll give to Pollard.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
2nd and 10.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he comes back with one complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So out come the Raiders.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here. Now 2nd and 3. As they've got it as we resume action. Off the play fake. O'Connell. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Throwing. O'Connell.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. This is brought in at the 21. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Out of the gun again to Spears.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll set up to throw.
That's to the tight end, Wiley.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a tight, sharply run.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Max Crosby. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Pollard gets it off the option.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. This offense so far on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Titans are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll run with Pollard.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Great coverage down in the end zone. He's scanning the field, looking. No one ever came open. So in the end, he makes the best decision and just fires it over the end line.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A great effort there. With his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game.
And the Titans are able to stretch out their lead.
I'm pretty sure that was a passing play, but he took off pretty quickly and ran with it.
Love his decisiveness on it because you're exactly right. He was supposed to go back in the pocket and survey the field and throw the football. But when that hole opened, he just said, forget it, let's go. And boy, did that work out well.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead now stands at 13. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Raiders heading out to take over.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
2nd down and a yard. Here's O'Connell. Open man down the field. It's Bowers.
And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. That goes for a gain of 31.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
To throw here, O'Connell. Over the middle, he's got Mayer.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Back to throw. O'Connell.
Over the middle, complete. That's Bowers.
And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Now it's O'Connell.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. From 4 yards out.
And the Raiders have got it back to within a score.
Oh, such great concentration there, going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet in bounds.
There are so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned the concentration, being able to catch the football, get your feet down in bounds, hang on to it all the way through the process of the catch. That was a phenomenal play.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will shrink to 6. That time a 6-play drive.
And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Tennessee offense set to go again.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. A big play there on the catch and run. 33 yards.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
On the out route, he's got Burks.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Throw here taken in by Wiley, the tight end.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 22 yards there, a 1st down. They'll look to throw again. And it's caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown.
Josh Wiley.
His first touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead now stands at 13.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. And O'Connell now to throw. Short throw caught by Bowers.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Now O'Connell.
Short throw to the tight end, Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Back to throw now on first down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll make it second down. Back to throw again. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw now on first down.
A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up second down.
To the air again with O'Connell. This is caught, and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
A great play there as the first half is winding down.
And the Raiders are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will shrink to 6. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Second down and inches. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Raiders offense and Aiden O'Connell getting set to take over once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. 2nd down and 3.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Here's O'Connell looking to throw it.
He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Nifty move. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, O'Connell. To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Titans will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the 2nd half.
And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the 2nd half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw.
That one's taken in by Spears.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 more yards there and another first down.
On the option, here's Spears.
They find some open field here. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. Defense really kept him in check running the football in the first half. Maybe that'll be a spark for him here in half 2.
So 2 words come to mind for me. Resilient, because he has to keep bouncing back after some limiting runs. And how about relentless? Keep going, knowing that you may pop one, as he just did there.
They toss it down to Pollard.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. If they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Tyree Wilson using that athletic ability to make the play.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Buying time to his left. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Oh, Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing third down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Touchdown! Traylon Burks from 3 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Yeah, 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 81 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. What a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield, too.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
Fakes the handoff. Now O'Connell to throw.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth.
Throwing, O'Connell.
His pass caught at the 4.
And the Raiders are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Operating from the gun, O'Connell. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Raiders have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Titans offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Max Crosby able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The Titans on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Escaping the... And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return.
And it'll be Raiders football 1st and 10. The Raiders offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Give him 5 on the QB run, but it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
67 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone that has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth.
Hand off to Spears.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Looking to throw. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Pollard.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal.
Pollard again.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown.
Tony Pollard with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on third down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Raiders offense coming back out onto the field. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Here's O'Connell.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Thomas. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 40.
Sticking to the air with O'Connell here.
Steps away to his... And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset.
A big play looming on 3rd down. To throw here, O'Connell.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Amani Hooker. And the Titans are going to take over here up near the 40. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively.
And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll start by running the option to the right. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
That is caught.
Fights through and now a crease.
And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock.
Here is 3rd and 5.
They're going to look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now.
From the right hash, this from 53. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good, and this will stay a 12-point game. Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
This is 1st and 10. O'Connell.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Here's O'Connell.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Back to throw, O'Connell.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So still a small chance here with a little over 30 seconds to go, but they're definitely going to need this one to bounce their way. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Well, this offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays.
So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Tennessee, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3 and 4 through 7 games. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.